Guys, I made a shirt because I felt like my catchphrase or the thing that I say consistently in every video needed to be shown to you guys. I digress. If you're new here, my name is Ashley. Thanks for checking out my channel. I am a serial entrepreneur and I like to create businesses and thankfully keep them going. On this channel, I have been taking you guys through from start until present time of my candle business that I started. Before that, it was a bunch of service-based businesses that thankfully are still going, but this candle business, this product-based business has been taking a lot of my time, energy, love, and resources, and honestly it's been a huge learning curve for me, and so I've just been documenting every little bit that I go through, the highs and the lows, because those are sometimes indulgent to watch. Today's video I am super excited about, and I've actually been mulling this one over since about November of last year. And as a small business, myself included, I know I've really kept my expenses close to the belt. Close to the cuff, close to the belt, I don't know, close to me, because it's really scary spending money on things as a small business. No matter what your finances are, just having either monthly occurring expenses or just one-time fees, it just becomes daunting and overwhelming. And I've always been kind of the school of thought of like teach myself to do it and then just like pile it on, and it's better for me to know than to outsource it. But honestly, with this go at this Upside Goods candle business, I really decided that it's okay to spend some money on some things that will alleviate stress, that will help me reach my goals, and that will ideally allow me to grow even maybe at a faster speed, because it's not me doing everything and I'm able to just kind of like outsource it with people that I trust, which is also another really big factor in this. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 things and 3 people that I hired to help me in my first year of business. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how they helped me and how I think that they could help you. I do have the recommendations that I will be sharing with you guys, but I also reached out to the people that I hired just to see exactly what their ideal client would be, because what works for me might not work for you. So I do encourage you to take a look at the checklist that I'm going to be providing you guys to see if you would be an ideal candidate for these people in their areas of expertise. So just because I might be showing a keyword or saying something that you might think you need, just wait until the end of the video or until the end of my description of each individual person, just to make sure that they're a good fit for you too. So let's go ahead and get started. My first order of business that I really realized I did not like doing anymore was in the world of accounting. And with as much effort as I possibly could through all of my years of schooling, avoided math. Nonetheless, I digress. Point being is that when you become a small business owner, you really have to take on all of these different hats. And I've said it in a lot of my videos. You become janitorial duty, you become, accounting, finance, marketing, like you have to wear all of these hats. And in the last few businesses that I've had, I still actually do the accounting for those. They were a lot easier to track the expenses. I use QuickBooks Online, and it's pretty user-friendly in the sense that you can really plug and chug information. Basically, the brass tacks of it is that you really need to make sure that you're tracking all of your expenses and that you're tracking all of your sales, like what's coming in and what's going out. And I know I'm oversimplifying that, but when I started running this products-based business for candles, I realized quickly that the amount of expenses and cost of goods and things that I just needed to keep track of were becoming more and more and more. Honestly, I could still keep doing it, but the time balance was not in my favor anymore. So the amount of time that it was taking me to run and manage my own books was just becoming a bit too top heavy, and it was pulling me away from things, especially during Q4 of last year. It was pulling me away from things like making candles so that I could actually sell them. What I did is I actually reached out to a few different local accounting firms, and I quickly found out that they actually too big for me. I was kind of like in this weird small business state where I wasn't even considered a medium-sized business, which I think is like 50 or 75 employees or more. I'm about 49 short of that. So I realized that I needed to find this kind of sweet spot, and I just called a bunch of accounting firms, and finally this one woman and I finally said, like, who do you recommend for bookkeeping? And that's the key word here, is bookkeeping. So I have a CPA, I have the accountant that helps me with my taxes and all of that, but I needed somebody for my day-to-day finances, meaning my bookkeeping. So I needed somebody to be able to track each individual expense, like every little line item, my phone bill, my Shopify bills, like I don't know, the list is long and I obviously can't think of it to do it justice, but basically any purchase that I make or any purchase that is made from my business, Laureen, which is her name, she goes in and she tracks it all for me. And then at the end of the month, she basically calculates all of my goods in, all of my goods out, and then I'm able to do my monthly reporting through my state tax system. Now, don't come at me with those questions because I am not an accountant. I only know enough to be dangerous and probably point you in a wrong direction. But at the end of the day, I needed a small business bookkeeper, and she has been an absolute dream. I looked just to do some basic research on this, and honestly, you could hire this out depending on how many expenses and how much income you're taking in. A bookkeeper is going to know what they're going to charge you, but you could they could charge you anywhere from $50 to $150, $250 a month to keep track of all of your bookkeeping needs. But honestly, it is worth my time. So it is 10 out of 10 recommend. Find somebody in your local area, maybe searching bookkeeping services near me will help you find that. And then just pick up the phone, give them a call, see if you jive with them, because you'll be working back and forth a lot, especially getting them up and running and familiar with your business type and how to navigate all the expenses and itemize everything for you. But 10 out of 10 recommend. It was one of the best things that I did for myself and my business. And I am really glad that at the beginning of starting my business, it's obnoxious to say, I am excited that I took the time to learn QuickBooks, because in the event if something were to happen where maybe Lorraine was out of office or couldn't take care of something, or God forbid didn't want to work with me anymore, because that's absolutely possible, I'm at least glad that I have that basic knowledge that I would be able to go in and still keep up and keep track of all my monthly expenses. And all my videos, I really highly encourage this. You know, if you want to start taking care of your social media, want to start taking care of your own website, I think it's really important to just sit down and grind through it at the beginning. So at least you have this foundation of how to work these software systems, and then you can hire them out. And then in the event there's a little bit of a hiccup in time there, you're not like a fish out of water just scrambling to find somebody new. I feel like I didn't take a breath through all of that. Guys, I'm so proud of this shirt. I digress. All right, guys, the second thing that I wanted to tell you that I hired out for is probably the biggest thing for my business that I was able to look back on and be like, I am so freaking glad I did that. Did it help me? I think it helped my growth. I think it helped me reach my goal for last year. I mean, I just cannot say enough about this next person. Not only because she's just a wonderful human, and I actually even consider her a friend, even though we've never met in person. I always look forward to our 30-minute chat. So I want to make sure that I do Cassidy's line of work justice in this little pitch to you guys. But if you are looking for somebody to help you with Shopify, either launch or relaunch your website, Cassidy is really going to be the one to do it. She has literally blown me away. And like I said, she works in Shopify. She's done my website and I absolutely love it. Sometimes I just find myself scrolling the pages of it and just like in awe that I've created this product that she's able to showcase to the world as well as she does. So Cassidy has been a lifesaver for me. And if you're looking to invest in this type of expense, also work done on your own brand, I just wanted to give you a bit of a nice clear picture of what you can expect. So while she loves working on all things marketing and business growth, which is one of the things that I admire about her the most, she also has a package that you can expect to start and invest around $27.50 for. And that includes brand and website design. And this year, she actually started a website in a week program. So starting at about $1,500, she's able to relaunch a Shopify website, go in there, give it a little spruce up, give it everything that it needs so it's ready to go in 1 week. Which, Cassidy, hats off to the chef. I'm impressed. If you guys are at all interested in working with Cassidy, I will link her information below. And please, please, please do us both a favor and let her know that Ashley from Upside Good sent you. I'm so proud of my shirt. Okay. The third thing that I hired out last year that literally broke my brain was a financial coach. And I can't even believe that I'm saying this because I really come from the traditional mentality of like hoarding money and saving as much as I can. And I felt like I was like pretty financially savvy in regards to the way that I was setting up my future, I guess you could say. But Jessica broke my brain because she is now pretty much one of my lifelines. I talk about her in dinner conversations with my husband as if she is my friend. She is my friend, but again, I've never met her in person. Hopefully we're going to change that because I just feel like we're soul sisters at this point. The third thing that I hired out last year that didn't directly have to do with my business, but did directly have to do with me and how I handle the profits from my business. So the third thing that I hired out this year was a financial coach. And I'm telling you, Jessica from Empowered Financial pretty much saved me. And here's a few reasons why. Well, like I said, I've always been pretty financially savvy in the sense that I make money and I try and save as much as I can. But what Jessica and I did was we started to look at all of my different streams of incomes. I run a yoga business, I have an Airbnb, I do some freelance marketing work, and then now Upside Goods came. And I had a 401k from a previous life in my corporate world, and I had savings accounts that were like high yield interest savings accounts, and I just felt like I was doing everything right? Like my car was paid off, and I'm just living conservatively. What Jessica did is she basically came in and like dislodged all of my like conservative ways of thinking about money and was like, do you think about this? What about that? How about these? What about those? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have answers for those things, but I'd like to know. And so what Jessica did for me personally was she taught me about different ways to manage my money, to think about investing my money, to budget my money. Just different ways to think about managing money and how I look at money. Because I've always wanted money in a savings account because that's my nest egg and that's like, it's there if I need it and it's okay and it's safe. But it wasn't really working for me. It wasn't really doing much. And if you go back to the first person that I hired, my bookkeeper, you learn that math is not my strong suit. All I know is that the more money that I save, the more secure that I would be, right? Sure. But as my husband always says, you can't take it with you when you're gone. So why don't we use it wisely? And that's where Jessica came in, and that's where I had a lot of aha moments with her where I was just sitting in awe as she would like input these numbers in her magical spreadsheets, and she would come out and she would be like, okay, this amount of money, we need to put it over here. This amount of money, we need to do this and this and this and this and this and this. And all the while my brain is just breaking over and over and over again. Let's just put it this way. I feel a lot more financially driven and financially sound at this point because of all these different outlets that we've gone through. And another way that Jessica has helped me is budgeting. So she was taking the amount of income that I was getting from Upside Goods and my other streams of revenue, and we were able to budget, like for instance, if I need to move into a space, how much I should be looking at for a range of leasing a space on a month-to-month basis or 3-year basis, which is what most leases are. She also gave me the idea of how much I would be able to hire some part-time help, which is really like something that I just never nailed down. I've always had contract employees through my yoga business, and now going into this product-based business, I was like, what do I need to do and how much can I afford? Because there really isn't a strong answer with that. And unless you're really good at budgeting or really good at forecasting, which I'm not, Jessica was able to help me with all of these things. As with Cassidy, I reached out to Jessica and I asked her for a few little bullet points in regards to if I was to sprinkle a little bit of information out in the YouTube world for people who might be looking for people like Jessica to help them. And this is what she told me. So, Jessica's typical clients are small business owners looking for strategic business planning, revenue forecasting, tax planning, which her and I are going to get into here soon, retirement options, and comprehensive financial plans. So if you feel like you fit into any of those, Jessica might be a good fit for you. The other thing that she told me was individuals or families with W-2 jobs who are interested in side hustle planning, aka starting a candle business, budgeting with multiple income streams, investments, retirements, home building, and comprehensive financial plans. I can't tell you enough. I love customer service, as you can see in my other videos. I love just good salt of the earth people out here in the world. And I love also feeling like I can have my shit together. And also, the biggest lesson I learned last year is that I just simply can't do it all myself. So guys, I know I've just thrown a lot of information at you, but if you fit into any of those buckets, please reach out to Jessica at Empowered Financial Wellness. I'll have all of her information below. And it's very, very, very important that you guys let her know that Ashley sent you. So I really, really hope that this is helpful for you guys. And one of the things and key takeaways that I've learned over the last year of running this candle business is that while I might be able to do a lot of things myself, it might not necessarily be the best choice for the growth of my business and the sake of my sanity. If this was helpful for you guys, I hope that you leave me a comment below. I like hearing from you guys. I like knowing what kind of content you guys want to hear from me. But if there's any topics that you guys specifically want to see, leave those in the comments below. You can always email me. Obviously, I have my 30 for 30. 30 minutes, $30. Anything you want to talk about business and marketing related. Most of it comes down to other candle makers reaching out to me. But honestly, at this point, I've had a lot of other small businesses reach out too. And I'm really just enjoying reducing the overwhelm for you guys and overcoming those obstacles that are coming up as small business owners and entrepreneurs out there in the wild, wild world of running a business. Also, you guys, if you don't mind doing me a solid, check out my channel. I've got a ton more videos out there for you guys to take a look at, and subscribe, because that is what I'm supposed to say and what I would really love for you guys to do as well, to just join me on this journey of whatever the hell I find myself doing on a given day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, comment below, and we'll see you next time. Until then, I digress.